There we are, 13:30. Live video, raring to go. Do you know what? I've got that much hair on. It's this, it's lockdown, isn't it? Hi, Angie, darling. Hi, Lisa, darling. I'm going to love all these people live in now. Go live with Angie Farrington. Now, if I do that, I'm going to invite and see what... Bring Annie Farrington to... Oh, no. Oh, Angie, I nearly bought you on camera. That was hilarious. Now, I tell you what I'm going to absolutely love about today is the amount of people from far and wide, from other countries. And I'm loving it. Helena's truly going international. I can tell you, and I would like everybody actually, that'd be really cool, if you all write on where are you from, whether it's the UK. Apparently I've got Sri Lanka arriving, South Africa, I know I've got America, where else was it? India, I have India, India calling today. So while I'm just waiting for all these love hearts, oh, you are nice, you're making me go all coy. While I'm waiting for everyone to come on, let us remember it's the 6th of June with the D-Day landings, the UK in France, so that we may all be free, and thank God we are. Aren't we just like the luckiest people on the face of the earth? Free to be. I love it. And oh, look at all these people. Oh, I didn't see all these people down here. I've just had to stroke my thingy, if that's a technical term. I think it's because I hold my phone with an elastic band. I'm very technical. You probably heard me say last week, I have this beautiful candelabra. It's a brass candelabra, and it's this high. Oh, you can't see, can you? It's about 1.5 2 foot tall, because I'm still in old money. And Kings Winford, UK. Oh, I'm loving it. You're all putting your countries on, please do. And what I do is I balance my phone on one of the candle holders with an elastic band round it to hold it in place, because it's the right height. Who's loving my lipstick? Michelle, thank you, darling. It's a bit of a blend, but I've got to have some lips, because, you know, when you get old, your lips start going thin. They'll be drawing them on like an old lady. They'll be up round my nose by the time I'm 80. So my phone's really balanced, and so it'll shake sometimes when I hit the table with excitement and lean and things like that. So I'm still going to wait for more people to come on, because I know that some will be trying to load on, because I've spoken to them this morning. Let's have a little look here, UK. I can't believe I nearly brought somebody online with me. That would have been hilarious, wouldn't it? Hello, Joe Grace Cook, love it. Stacey Farrington, hi, yeah. Love it. And Jade. I didn't have a chance to say hi to everybody. You all bombarded me. Dawn, lovely. Christine, Molly, Lisa, Amy. Superb. Now I have, thank you, I have advertised this live feed on a spiritual advertising site. I don't know whether I'll get anybody from there. If I do, thank you for those hearts. You're so beautiful, Lindsay. If I do, please let me know, because that's always really nice. So now, even though a lot of you, I'm going to be bobbing to and froing. I've got the laptop over here so that I can see the photographs when I load them up. In fact, I ought to just go to my inbox, hadn't I? So that I don't have to poodle. The lighting's fantabulous today, darlings, because it's sunny outside. I know the weather's been mental, and we've had every season, haven't we, in the last couple of days. But when it's sunny, oh, thank you, Lindsay. When it's sunny outside, it just gives me this fabulous, like, lighting. And because I don't have any of that technical stuff, as you know. So you probably all know, but I'm always going to reiterate this for those that don't, that are new. Oh, there's thousands. Hi, David. Nice to see you, darling. And Mandy, glad to see you here. Samantha Jane, lovely. Oh, Lisa, my wawas. I got to tell you, I cook for my dogs, right? I don't give my dogs dog food. Now, a lot of you that will know me know I have 2 little Wawas. One's a full chi, she's a proper princess. The other one's a rescue from, oh God, HRT moment, from Romania. And she's a half chi. And they should be. I've got one under the table. They like sitting with me, you see, when I work. The dogs are always with me when I work. And I've got a couple of messages there, and they sit at the table with me. So I don't give them ordinary dog food because obviously I've ruined my girls. So they have cooked dinners. It alternates between chicken and basmati rice. They don't like ordinary rice. And beef with carrot and a little bit of roast potato. So that's what I do with my dogs, and their rice is cooking as we speak in the chicken juice, because I did them a roast chicken, whole roast chicken, and then I used the juice from the roast chicken to cook the rice. And I forgot what I was going to tell you now, but my dogs are absolutely fantabulous. Love them, love them, love them. Have you, hi Andy, lovely to see you, and Susan Napier-Bate, what a great name. Have you all seen, they eat better than me, Joe, they eat better than me. I don't have chicken dinners, the girls have chicken dinners. I tried them on fish, but only one likes fish, the Romanian. She'll eat pretty much anything, but the Chihuahua, she won't. And if I gave them ordinary dog food once, and the look on their face, if they could have spoken, yes you can, Lisa, if they could have spoken, they literally said, what the hell is this in my dish? And they left it, because there's this thing, isn't it, you know, if you leave the food down, when the dogs are hungry, they'll eat it. No, they won't. They won't. They'd rather starve, I can tell you. Anyway, so listen, I always say how I work, and I've noticed, I've watched my videos back, and do you know how often I do this? And I think it's me summoning my energies up, because I never even knew I did it. So, I am a clairsentient Steve Carter. Hi from Sri Lanka, Steve Carter and Lucky. Told you we got Sri Lanka turning up. Love it, love it. I'm waiting from the girl from South Africa. She said she'd set an alarm because I think they're like way in front. And the lady from India said she was coming today as well. So I'll just keep chatting for a little tiny bit. Thank you, Lisa. A little bit, and then I'll get going because I'm goosing. So let me explain. I'm clairsentient. That means I feel spirit. I feel what they're saying to me, and I translate that into our language. Now, I always say, I'm goosing like mad. I don't know who's here yet. I always say that it's a little bit, hi Karen, it's a little bit like being an English-Russian interpreter or a Russian-English interpreter when I can't speak Russian 100%. So you have to make allowances. Now, my example is, your grandmother's telling me about the horses in the field over the road from her house in 1820 when she lived there. And you go, no, we didn't have any horses. No, we had donkeys. Well, that's the same thing to me. It's a big creature with 4 legs, a tail and a head, and it feels like a horse. So it could be a horse, a burro, a donkey, an ass, anything on that line. Now, let me just answer this lady. Lisa, you need to send me a photograph of your passed over loved ones to this page's inbox, and if I don't get you this week, we'll do you next week. So I feel what Spirit says, and I translate this into our language. So you have to make allowances sometimes. Sometimes I'm bang on the money and I scare myself half to death. I love it. So what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks is this live feed, and people have sent me photographs in of their passed over loved ones. I can't believe I got a sprout. Passed over loved ones. And what I do is I look at their photograph and I tune in to that person, and I'm goosing to ace. And then I start reading for them. Same with you, Kelly, darling. Send a photograph in of you passed over loved ones on this page to this inbox, And if I don't get to you today, I will get to you to next week, because I will be doing these Saturday lunchtime live feeds for a little bit now because of lockdown. And it's such a pain in the butt, isn't it? The lockdown, but we have to do it. Now, is Molly Leddington online? And if so, I think my elastic band's squeezing my screen. It's a nice bit of black country, isn't it? My elastic band's squeezing my screen. Because, oh yeah, I love this photograph. Sometimes the messages aren't flicking up. So have we got, I'm looking for Molly Leddington. Is Molly Dolly? Yes, Molly Dolly's here. I'm so moved to call you Molly Dolly. I don't know why. You must be a little sweetheart or a little cutie. Now listen, Molly, dragging the laptop closer to me. I think you've sent me a photograph. Is this your father? And is that with you? Is this your father and with you? Hi, Chris, darling. Is this your father with you, Molly? Now, I am aware, the other thing, don't know, rabbit. I am aware that there is a time delay between you typing and me receiving. Now, when I look back on these, oh, does she call you that? Molly Dolly, there's a time delay between you answering and me seeing it. I'm fully aware that for everybody that's online, when the person's typing, you all see it in real time. And I didn't realise till I had a quick flick back to see how stupid I looked or otherwise on a video I did or a live feed the other week. And I realised that there is a time delay. So, Molly, darling, your uncle and you, well, let me tell you, though it's your uncle, he comes over quite as a father figure. So I don't know if it's your dad's brother or not, but he comes over as someone that would behave like a father with you, in as much as he probably cared. When I'm saying he cared for you, I'm not talking about love, darling. I mean looked after you, didn't mind taking you places, because he feels really great fun. If you can just keep, hi Michelle, keep confirming this as I'm chatting with yeses, if that's right, whatever. Now, I also want to say very quickly with this gentleman, you know, because he's so much fun to everybody. Hello, Donna, darling. He's so much fun to people that are around him. He sort of comes over the life and soul of the party. But I'll tell you what I need to say. I feel quite a lot of dark sadness stroke depression with this gentleman. And not many people knew it. Now, sometimes when they goose me a lot, it makes me jip. Somebody thought I was doing a reading once and somebody thought I'd got Tourette's, because I was like, and I haven't. It's just the energy. So I've got this this darkness. Hi, Dinesh, darling. Lovely to see you. I've got this darkness washing over me for this gentleman and this sadness. Now, it's almost like he's bringing to me some kind of split. Now, I don't know if this is a split in his relationship or whether it's a family split. Can you try and quickly confirm that for me, Molly, so that I can move on? Because he's not really one to talk about it. You know, he could have been really upset about this, and while somebody was trying to approach him and ask him, he'd be like, no, I don't want to talk about it, I'll be all right. Don't go on about it. But really speaking, he could have done with somebody to talk to. Do you understand all this, darling? Hi, Carol. Superb. Now, do you know, one of my star turns, if you like, and as you can see the dread washing over me, one of my things is I always try and ask Spirit how they passed over, you know, because it's such a personal thing, and not a lot of people talk about that, you know. I mean, even when we go to spiritualist church or readings, people don't tend to talk about the actual death. Like, you can catch it or something, you can't. But with this guy, A, I think he died way too soon. And B, he's not bringing me a very good passing. Do you understand that, Molly? So that I can move on, because I'm almost asking this man permission to say more. I tell you what he's showing me. This has got to be for you. Do you know, I'm sure they're like a My Little Pony or something. It's a little horse, like with a different coloured mane and a different coloured tail. Do you understand that? Oh, hi, Kerry. Do you understand the little horse? And I think it's yours. It could be a toy. I don't know whether he bought it you or whether you dragged it round everywhere with you. But this, he's showing me this little horse and kind of smiling. So if you can confirm that, oh shit, the bed. There you go. 34. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? Boom. Just like that. Boom. And I tell you, can you confirm whether this split in relationship, I don't know whether he was in a relationship when he passed, but he's bringing me this split of a relationship which could be before that relationship that he was in, and he wouldn't talk about it because he was quite broken about it. Do you understand that? Do you know what? We call it the $1 million death when somebody just checks out, boom, heart attack and gone. Because there's, you know, there's no memory of it, if you like. You don't see it coming and you don't feel it going. It's the people that are left behind that it's the real pain for, because then we go through the whole, hello, Lindsay, darling. He married my auntie. Right, okay, so he married into the family. It's quite funny saying it's my uncle, he married my auntie. It's the people that's left behind, because then we all go through the shoulda, woulda, coulda, wish I'd have said and I didn't say. He had a son who came into his life not long before he died. That will do. So that's the split that he's bringing me, because obviously that child was from somebody else. And what he was bringing with that split was the feelings of, I never talked about it, I never wanted to talk about it. It's almost like, for some unaccountable reason, it was swept under the carpet. Now, I don't know whether this was a case of, you know, sometimes parents stop children seeing the other parents, but they just feel like a big, like, line through that. And that's why obviously he's bringing the split and the not talking of it. The one good thing is, I've got to say, at least he got to see him before he passed. And that's really quite important, because I feel that was quite a bit of a gap, the unspoken gap in this gentleman's life. Now, can you tell me about this horse that he's showing me, darling? This, I think they're called My Little Pony. I never had one, I'm too old. You know, horse with a coloured tail and a coloured mane. If you can confirm that, because then I can start moving on a little bit. Let me just have a little sip. See now, I just want to talk about his wife for a minute, because these two people, they're quite two peas in a pod, and as I like to say, bookends, because they're very, very alike, but they have some massive differences. But if the shit hits the fan, they stick together. You can't part them. And I also feel that this lady isn't one for airing her business and going in to her business, but I just need to say that he is fully aware. It seems to me your auntie has a photograph of him quite prominent. I can't think of a horse he gave me. Did you have that horse as a toy as a child that you carried round or something, that he's bringing it so strongly? He's bringing it so strongly. I need to say, right, his wife, she seems to have a photograph in a prominent place. I'm not quite sure if it's on display, but he's saying, I love the way she looks at it every now and again, because it seems to me your auntie is quite a switched on kind of lady and came to terms. She's very much, he makes me feel she's very much, if you can't mend it, stop messing with it. And so therefore she has a duck. There you go. You see, when I'm telling you about what I'm feeling, a duck. So we've got the horse, we got the head and the tail, which he was bringing to me. So your duck has the head and that little sticky out tail. That will do for me, because it was doing me head in. He's bringing that as a fabulous point of evidence for you that it is who we're talking to. Now, can I say June, and I know we're in June, but June seems to be relevant to this man, whether it's to you, his wife, your children. I don't know if you've got children, but June is very relevant. If you can just confirm that for me, and I'll have yet another swing. I'm going to clear this pint before we've even started, aren't I? If you can just confirm about June for me, darling. So that June being relevant. Happy birthday to him. Happy birthday to Uncle. I love it. What a gorgeous piece of evidence. And on that lovely, lovely note, I'm going to move on. Woo, I'm goosing all over the place. Now, where is Amy Patterson? Thank you, Molly. Thank you for entrusting me with your uncle. I always have to say this. Thank you very much, because it's really nice, A, to get the confirmation, and B, for everyone else to sit and listen to as well. So thank you very much, darling. If you haven't liked my page, please like it and share it. Thanks. Now, have we got Amy Patterson? Hi, Joe Grazier. Amy Patterson. We got Amy Patterson in the house. Hi, Ruthie. Rebecca, hi, Rebecca. I wonder what made me say Ruthie. You're very welcome, Molly. Have we got Amy Patterson? I feel like a bingo caller. Amy Patterson. Molly, Kelly, Joe Grace. He's kicking off because he said you're beautiful. Hey, George. Hey, Amy, just give me a minute. Georgie Cook. Are you being a good boy for Mummy? I hope you are, because I'm watching. Don't forget I'm watching. And Santa. I know Santa really well. Me and Santa knock about. So you've got to be a good boy. Be a good boy for Mummy, and don't eat her crisps. That's the most important thing. When she asks you to hold them, don't eat them. Hi, George. Now then. Amy Patterson, darling. It's all right if it's... do you know the connection between you and me, the people that are watching, and me is ridiculously slow. And it's annoying, to be fair, but I just have to go. Right, Amy. Is this your nan, by the way? Because she's coming over as a nan kind of woman. I've got to tell you though, dear God, if she gave you 9 lashings off her tongue, you'd wet your pants. I'd wet my pants. Oh! She's lovely though. She's one of those ladies. She's one of those ladies that scares the bejesus out of you with just a look. But really, she's as soft as a soft thing on the inside. Michelle Lloyd. And Joe Cook. Michelle, I'm going to have to just interject here for the Amy one. People need to send me photographs to my Psychic Clairvoyant page messenger, and I will be reading everybody that sends a photograph today, probably next week, because I don't know if I'll have time to get round to you all. So that's quite important. Hi, Gemma Curtis, I absolutely love you. Sharon Baisley, hello. Donna, beautiful, crazy as always. The Universe enjoyed tuning in, but need to go. All right, my darling, lovely seeing you, Donna. Right, Amy, so it is your nan. So listen. She is a scary Mary on a stick, but I love her. Now, I've got to tell you, she's really quite mean to herself. And when I say she's mean to herself, I mean that she's frugal. So, you know, if she was going to do a sandwich, she's the kind of lady that would only do, say, half a sandwich, which is one slice of bread, cut in half sandwich, because she's, well, if I need another one, I can always do another one, but I don't want to do any waste. Sure, softer doing that. So she wouldn't want to do any wasting. And I've got to tell you, you know, she makes me feel towards the end of her life quite lonely. Now, when I say lonely, don't take this wrong. Excuse me, burping. Don't take this wrong. It's not because she didn't have people. I feel that she was either a single lady or she lost her partner, if you understand that. Please, God, say she didn't lose a dog before she passed, because that'll just crease me. But she does bring this little sense of loneliness. But man, this woman is stoic. She really is, honestly. If anybody tried to pick on her, she would shake him like a rag doll. That could be verbally. When she was younger, she probably did it physically. Now, what I want to say, Amy, is I want to go into the kitchen with this lady because it's like she wants to feed you up all the time. As soon as you get there, she wants to feed you, and I love that. And I also feel, by the way, she's saying the tables turned, and whereas she used to look after everybody when, you know, she was up and about, I feel like that turned and people started to look after her. Do you understand that, and can you confirm that for me, darling? Now, I've got to tell you as well, the bottom of my feet are killing me for this woman. There's something, I don't know whether it's like my toes are all hooked up, but I can't quite stand properly, or it's very painful to stand. Do you understand that? And, but she wasn't really one for complaining. I almost feel that she should, where am I? She lost my granddad 2 years before. It's my dog that's still with us. Okay. So it's the loneliness of the granddad that she brings. I almost feel that she was supposed to have something done to her feet. I don't know, toes broken or something manipulated. I don't know. She's saying she should have had something done to her feet, but she always put it off because she didn't want to go and go through all of that. Well, she calls it rubbish. I don't have to go through all of that rubbish. I'm all right as I am. Very big belief, don't fix what's not broke, if you understand that, and if you can confirm that for me. Oh, did she? Bloody buggery. 2 strokes. See, I told you she was hardy. Do you know what I mean? She is really strong, but I do want to say, do you know, after her second stroke, because I'm asked, now you've told me that she's had 2 strokes, I'm asking her how she passed, and she's saying to me, I just slipped away. I just slipped away, literally, when no one was looking. If you can confirm that for me. Because to this lady, if she can't get about and do for herself, she doesn't want to be here. Moved in with your mum. And did she just slip away? Because that's how she makes me feel. And that would be then people looking after her after she'd looked after them. That's exactly correct there. So she's making me feel I just slipped away, and it was the best thing for her, because to be fair, she was it's almost like she was waiting to go. Do you understand that? I'll tell you what, she's just shouting holiday at me. So I don't know whether it feels like you'd all booked a holiday to go on holiday, that she wasn't going to go on a holiday with you, and she passed prior to you going on holiday. Does that make sense? Hi, Janie. Because that's how it's coming in. Like you'd all booked to go and she passed before you went, and the holiday was almost like to help you get over it, a good break for you, if you like. If you can confirm that for me. I do want to say, I don't know if you're the cupcake connection or little cakes connection with this lady, but she's just showing me little, and they're quite small cakes, probably almost smaller than a cupcake, like a mini, if there is such a thing as a mini. She got took into hospital and then waited until my mum and brother and I were with her and went. Okay, and was there a holiday booked after that, or was the holiday already booked and then you all went away? Because she's bringing this holiday in, and I can only assume that's what she's referring to, that it was for you and your family or your mum, if you can understand that. And I also want to say, by the way, she showed me a very thin, it looks like gold chain. It might not be gold, but she showed me a super thin, really fine chain. And my wedding was 2 weeks after she passed. Okay, I'm going to take that. Hi, Jane. I'm going to take that 2-week holiday, that wedding being 2 weeks after she passed, because that feels, it's coming through as a holiday for me. So I don't know whether you actually went on honeymoon, you know, went away, but that's what I'm going to put that to, because that's how it feels, the holiday mode. And a wedding obviously is all fun and gorgeousness. And if you can just tell me about the super thin gold chain, whether she bought it for you, whether it was left to you, whether you bought it yourself. Okay, David, that would be Yeah, we had a mini honeymoon booked to Woolacombe before our main honeymoon with all the family. Perfect. And then she's very glad that you went. You know what I mean? That's why she's bringing that in. So really just be aware that she might not have been at your wedding in body, but she was most definitely at your wedding in spirit. Right, on that happy note, Amy, I'm going to move on. Thank you very much for entrusting me with your nan. If you want to leave me a review and add your friends to my page, don't let me stop. You've got to keep selling while I'm doing it, so that we can get everybody on. Now, is Harjit Bal here? Harjit Bal, my lady from India, is she with us? This time delay, what a bummer. It's faster when you're in Australia. Harjit Bal. While I'm just waiting for her, let me just shout up. Chloe Ann Ponting. If Harjit isn't here. Chloe Ann. Did you get my pics last Saturday? I probably did, Joe. More than likely I did. But I read for you the week before, didn't I? So I'll probably read for you next week, beauty. Michelle, thank you. Harjit Bal or Chloe Ann Ponting. Do we have those people here? Yay! Harjit, darling. Oh, you live in the UK? Fantastic. Right, let me just get back to you because I've just lost you on my messages. Oh, where have you gone? Hold on. It always looks like I'm further up the page than I actually am. Where have you gone? Is everybody looking down my ear? There. Okay, right. Now, all right, darling. This is your daddy, isn't it? I think it is your dad. Now, let me tell you. What I'd like you to do, if you can, sweetheart, Samantha Jane, I'll send you a picture via Messenger for next time. Hope this is right. Yeah, that's no problem. Samantha, if you can like my page and share it, that's not a problem. Hi, Cheryl Darcy. Right, darling, I'm with Harjit. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Your dad. What a card. Now, I want to tell you, when I'm talking about a man with a straight back, that's how he makes me want to feel. I want to be very correct. I want to say the right things at the right time to the right people. And ultimately, I feel like I'm a very private person. I don't want everybody knowing my business, and I don't want everybody knowing my family's business. And it really is that kind of attitude, if you like. Now, this gentleman is showing me 5, bringing me 5. Now, I don't know if that means he had 5 children or whether he's indicating May. So if you can just let me know on that 5. Hello, darling. Cheryl. Well, if you can let me know about that 5, please, Harjit. Whether, or it could be the 5th of the month as well. So we've got the 5th of the month, either 5 children or the month of May for the 5. It could be the time, actually, 5 a.m, 5 p.m. So you've got those to choose from. Let me know what that comes from your 5 daughters, okay? And I think that he's got this like massive pride about his daughters. Now, what he's saying to me is, it's like I have to make sure they're all in order. Do you understand that? I have to make sure they're all in order, and then everything will be fine. Do you understand that that feeling? Because I've got to tell you, do you know, here's another person that can come over quite scary, but catch him on his own. And he's quite soft. And I'll tell you something else. He's going through books. He's flicking through pages with me. Now, I don't know if these are reading or books or whether it's newspaper, but he's bringing it for a reason. So this must be something you saw him doing. Do you understand that? This flicking through paper. I'm assuming it's a book or a newspaper. And I'll tell you something else. He's giving me an absolute banging heart. Now, my heart's just gone do, 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 do. And normally that is either heart disease or unexpected heart complications, because he's giving me palps. I don't know whether he had high blood pressure with that. If you can confirm this to me, darling. It's like he's saying I've got one for every day of the week. If you understand that sentence, I think he's referring to his daughters. One for every day of the week. Now, can I just say, I want to go to education with this man because it is like there is nothing more you need. And I think I said this last week about somebody. Education for this man is so important that he wants his family to have the best of. Because if you've got that, there's nothing much you can't do. Do you understand what I'm saying, Harjit? Because this is quite important that he's bringing this. Passed due to brain hemorrhage, not sure what book paper relative to. So when he passed with that brain hemorrhage, did he have heart problems, by the way? Is that why he's bringing me that boo? Or high blood pressure? Because that's what he was bringing, that sudden do-do-do-do-do in my heart, which I can only put down to him, because I doubt very much if it's down to you. Try and find out if your mum's still with us regarding the book and the paper, whether it's newspaper or reading paper, unless it was no, it's definitely with him. He's doing it again. He's showing me turning over pages like this. Bit of a thumb lick and turn over pages. So if you can try and find out from someone what that is relevant to, I'd be very grateful. Grandchildren and education. Now, grandchildren and education. Have you got birthdays this month or next month, June or July? Because no heart issues or blood pressure. Your mum hasn't got heart issues or blood pressure, has she? That he would bring that in. And have you got... and have you got... Sorry, I'm just sort of hard... Oh, child, I see your stepdad died of a sudden heart attack. See it in July. Okay, so he's bringing that birthday in that case then. If you have got... Because he's just sort of... juggling, and when somebody's juggling at me, it's because there's either a problem or an idea, and this is yours, that you're trying to decide whether you should go this way or that way, or should you do it this way or should you do it that way. Your dad is pretty much, write down the pros and cons, because he's making me feel that you already know the answer, you're just procrastinating over it. So 6th birthday in July, mum. So that's it then, your mum. It's your mum, the high blood pressure's for. Let me just interject here a minute. Angie Ingram, darling, what you need to do is send me a photograph to the Psychic Clairvoyant inbox. Oh, my eyes really popped then. Psychic Clairvoyant inbox. And I will read for you next week, darling, because I won't have time to do it today. Can find out, sweetheart. So yeah, Harji, your mum needs to keep her eye on her blood pressure, because she's quite lax. about things in life, very laid back, and you need to make your decision. He says you already know the answer to it, you're just procrastinating, so move forward with whatever it is that you're trying to sort out. And on that happy note, my darling, thank you for entrusting me with your daddy. He's a lovely man. He's still a scary Mary, but he's a lovely, lovely man. And I want to move on now because I've got quite a few to get through here. So thank you, darling. It's been a pleasure to read for you. Now, where are we? Is Chloe here? I'm looking for Chloe Ann Ponting. Angie Farrington was Trinder was Tinder. Are you on Tinder, Ange? Angie Farrington, you're very welcome, darling. And you're very welcome too, Angie. So Angie or Chloe? Are either of you here? Angie or Chloe? Give me a yell. And otherwise, I want to go on a messenger. Oh, Angie, right. Let me get to you. And then I'm going to go on Messenger to Kerry Green, if Kerry Green is with me. Right, Angie, you're on... You sent your photograph to Psychic Clairvoyant. Where are we? I'm just scooting down your message. Sorry, you're all looking at me here. Just wait a minute. Got you. Right. Angie. I feel like calling you Angela, to be fair. Right. Look at this man. This is your dad, isn't it, darling? That Kerry Green's here as well. Lovely. Right, darling, your dad. Can I just say straight away, he's showing me his hands, and when people show me their hands, it's a sign that that's what they work with, or it's a sign of I can do anything, I can build, I can paint, I can chip, I can do all that. Don't need to ask anybody, I can do it all. Do you understand that? Because that's what he's bringing to me. Well done, Kerry, I'll be with you just now. And I also want to say, this is an odd one. This man is bringing me some pasta, spaghetti, pasta. Do you know what I mean? Penne pasta. Now, I don't know if it's an Italian connection here. Oh, it's your husband. Okay. Well, he must have been ever so cuddly like a dad then, because that's how he came in. Or was he very protective with you? Because he's bringing in that cuddly father figure to me, unless he was the man that ran the house, Angie. And that's why he's coming through as a father figure, because he does it all. Do you understand that? Oh, the time delay does me fruit. So if you can either, I want you to confirm then about him either running the house, being able to do everything, and I want to know about the pasta connection, because I don't think he's talking about Italy so much as either his love or despise of pasta, unless it's your love of pasta. I also want to say, by the way, I feel that I became quite unwell. Now, this is a very slow and creeping kind of illness. I don't feel right. Now, I can't put my finger on what he's actually taking me to. Perfect. Thank you, Angie. I can't put my finger on what he's taking me to here. And that sort of leads me to wonder whether he was complaining about not being right and nobody could put their finger on it for him. Because I don't really feel like he was one for moaning about health, to be fair with you. He's making me a little bit thoughtful. You know, could it be this? Could it be that? But he doesn't make me feel like he would be one for moaning about bad health. Now, I feel like I want to go into my back region. Do you understand that? I don't feel like I'm right. Central spine, kidney. I don't feel like I'm right in that area, if you can confirm this for me. Unless this is where it all started and it was actually a completely different diagnosis. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I tell you something, I don't think this guy would believe in what we're doing one jot. I think he thinks it's a load of poop. So it's quite interesting that he would, thank you, it's quite interesting that he's here. Now, right, he's talking about an extension. Now, I'm hoping this is a house extension, whether he did it, whether you're thinking of doing it, but he's standing with his hands on his hips, pondering about this house extension, if you can understand that. I don't know whether like he did it or whether he wanted to do it, whether he could do it. But nonetheless, right, I also want to say, he's talking about your eating habits, which should make you laugh, really. Because he's making me feel that you've either changed it or you're not eating properly for some reason. Do you understand what he's saying, darling? And he's got some concern over that, as to why you've either changed the way you eat or you're not eating correctly. Do you understand that, sweetheart, that he's bringing to me? And I also immediately want to go to November as well. November's quite important, that he's bringing in births, deaths, marriages, anniversaries, relevant dates. But November for you, Angie. Do you understand this? Ange. Little wine. Ange. Do you understand that? Also, while I'm just waiting for you to answer me, can I just tell you, he's extending his hand in the hold my hand motion. Do you understand that? Hold my hand. We do that, don't we, when we want someone to hold our hand like that. And it's almost, he's doing that almost because he's making me feel like I can't speak properly. Do you understand that? Yeah, not eating properly. Well, eat properly, please, because it ain't going to do you no good. So he's doing the hold my hand motion. Do you understand that, please? Ange, did he have some kind of misdiagnosis here? Because I'm trying to find out why he passed, and he just keeps going all down my back, all down my back. With a, that's not right, that's not right. So I need to know what the heck he's talking about here. Can you understand that? And let me know ASAP, please. And also about the house extension. What's that he's going on about with the house extension as well? Okay, that's perfect. Love you, Lakshmi. She's Sharank has just sent me a message. How gorgeous. Right, now listen, Angie, there's something coming up for you. Now, I don't know whether this is a ritual, a yearly ritual, or this is something that you're about to start to become a yearly ritual. But he's bringing me yearly ritual, ritual being the operative word here. So it's repetition, repetition. And this is for you. Hi, Dale. This is for you. Now, I feel it's something that you should keep doing. He's making me feel like you should keep doing. And it's almost like you're questioning, should I bother, if you understand that. I can't place the house extension. Okay. He didn't build, did he? He wasn't a builder. That he's bringing me the house extension. Oh, I want a bloody house extension. I hope he's not looking up my backyard going, oh yeah, there'll be a nice extension there. Because that's what I would like. Hi, Sam. So with this yearly ritual, darling, keep it going. It's almost like you've lost faith or you've lost heart in something that you were doing. It might be because no, to build it. Okay. It may be because of COVID-19, the lockdown, everybody's staying in. It has changed an awful lot for everybody. But he's making me feel whatever your yearly ritual was, to continue with it. It's not about his, it's not an anniversary, is it? Is it round an anniversary? Because he's bringing in an anniversary for me. So if you just let me a yes or no on that anniversary. And to keep it going, I think it feels like an anniversary. And if you could let me know on that. And then I will briefly move on because I've got loads lined up. Hi, Sam, darling. Cheryl sounds like my stepdad coming through again. Oh, no, don't start, Cheryl. August wedding anniversary. Okay, that's fantastic. So that's what's coming up. Well, he's remembering it. It'd be a joke if he never did when he was alive. But he's remembering it and bringing it to you, which is very nice because he's a man of few words. Sometimes he makes me feel. And I also want to say, he's showing me his hands, and he's showing them me because they're big, like sausage finger hands. And I don't know whether you had a joke about them or whether there was some kind of joke about that. But he's just going to end on that lovely sausage finger note that you should recognise that. So if you can confirm that for me, please, darling. And then what I need to do, because I'm going to move on to Kerry Green. Now, I just need to jump onto Messenger, Kerry, if you can bear with me 1 second. All the people that are asking if there's anything for them, can you send photographs of your passed over loved ones? Hi, Abby. Of your passed over loved ones to this Psychic Clairvoyant page inbox, and I will be reading again next Saturday. I love licking the finger. Next Saturday, on Saturday the 13th, and I will read for you then, but you need to send me your photographs in for then. Okay, he had sausage fingers. Do you know what though? As soon as he said sausage fingers, I could taste sausage. And I've just, I'm talking about you eating. I'm just embarking on a liquid only fast liquid diet for the next few days here. So as soon as he said sausages, honestly, I was salivating at the thought of a lovely sausage, but I can't have one. So I hope you enjoyed that, Angie. Thank you very much for entrusting me. Your old man was a buildie, was he, David? He might be nudging in. Thank you for entrusting me with that. If you'd like to share my page around your friends, don't let me stop you. That's what I like to say. Now, I am going to read for Kerry Green. Kerry Green, I know you're here somewhere. And this is your nan and granddad, isn't it? Now, I've got to say, do you know what? You know, sometimes I look at a picture and I go, oh, the gypsy in my soul, which sort of makes me feel that the person got around, you know, different areas, doing different things. And this is where I am with the man in the picture. Now, is that man in the picture your granddad? I can't remember whether it's your granddad. Let me just exit that. Excuse me. It is. I'm sure it's your nan and granddad. Kerry Green, Kerry Green? Are you here, Kerry Green? Hello, Jan, darling. I can't just... Hold on. It is. It's your nan and granddad. Have I got Kerry Green here? Hi, Anita, darling. Has Kerry Green run off somewhere? Kerry, my lovely. Can I steal a message there? Kerry Green, yeah. I'm back. Yes! Yes, you're here, Kerry. You're here. Fabulous. Just remember, there's a time delay on this and it's doing me fruiting. So listen, I want to go to your granddad. I don't know whether you just heard what I was saying about the gypsy in my soul, and getting around different areas and doing lots of different things. But I just feel like this guy's got his finger in many pies. Talking of pies, your nan loves apple pie. In fact, she showed me an apple tree. Did they have an apple tree? She showed me this apple tree. But your granddad is hilarious. And I love that. And he's so funny. That is, when I'm saying hilarious, he's so funny. He's got such a kind streak to him. And I've got to tell you, he's showing me a cut glass, darling. Now, when I get the cut glass, oh God, thanks, Jan. When I get the cut glass, it's either a toast for you, or it's a toast for him. And when it's a cut glass, it's normally what's the word I'm looking for? A whiskey or a brandy or something like that in a cut glass. So would you understand that with your granddad giving you this cut glass cheers? Is it for you or is it for him? Hi, Kelly. Now, what I do want to say is, by the way, your granddad is taking me to his legs and there's something wrong with them. I feel like I can't walk quite properly. It's almost like he might just have something wrong with one, and it's causing him either to limp, or as my father would say, give him a strange gait. Because my dad was old, so that was his language. But when he walks, it's not an even kind of walk. Do you understand that, Kelly? Kerry. Calling you Kelly. Kerry. With this walking. I wonder how I can get this time delay off there. You talking to me and me talking to you. So he's bringing me this odd walk that I'm desperate for you to confirm. Now, can I say, I feel like there's a gap between the one death and the other death, and that's quite important to bring, because it was very relevant at the time. Is this your dad's mum and dad, Kerry? He had his leg off! That'd make him walk strange. My eyes nearly popped out my head then. Okay. What a cracking piece of evidence. Okay. And he's still laughing. That's hilarious. Do you know what? He would have loved what he's just done to me, sort of shocking me to my core with my correctness, because that's his sense of humour. That's hilarious. So do you understand the time delay between one dying and the other dying? Because he's bringing me quite a gap, but I'm not sure who went first. I'd like to say he went first, but when I do that, you can guarantee it was your nan, because I don't know, and I never pretend to know anything. But anyway, yes, okay. Now, who plays cards? He's dishing out cards here. This is a card game. And he's showing me, and it's like every Sunday or something like that, one particular day of the week, we're going to play cards. And he's laughing his bloody head off, which I love, by the way. I wish you could hear it, because I'm rocking backwards and forwards here with it. And it's also, it's like your nan wants to say to him, will you be sensible? Will you behave? Because he is just a like fun time Bobby for some reason. Now, with your nan, I'm not going to say this lady was God-fearing. It could be he went first. I'm not saying this lady is God-fearing. It could be that she could put the fear of God into you. But I've got to tell you, this lady has got some kind of moral standard, some kind of moral code, that she would be horrified at certain things that went on. Because she's like, we're just not like that. We're just not like that. And she's sort of bringing that in, and this is for you, not that you're doing anything that's wrong. I think what she is bringing to me, if I said to you golden child, Now, this is for you. Now, I am aware there's more than one of you. You know, I know you've got siblings, whether it's one or two, I can't remember, boy and girl, I don't know. But what I'm saying is, this lady is bringing in for you. And it's almost like you got it right. Do you know what I mean? Although you're alike, you're nothing alike. Do you understand that? And this is with your family, and she's pushing you forward. Jesus, she's pushing you forward, almost away, if you like, for you to keep your separateness, even though you're still in touch and with your family. It's important for you to stand tall, because she's giving me the feeling that the others don't stand tall. Do you understand what the hell I'm talking about here? Sometimes I rabbit on and it's like I don't even know what I'm saying. Can you confirm that for me, Kerry? And it's like she's right behind you day and night. You know, it's almost like she said, I was never going to leave you. I feel like she wants to like take you. God, this is weird. She wants to take you and keep you, to look after you when you were a child. If you can understand all of that. And she's making me feel if she was here, she'd be saying you're doing the right thing. You're doing the very right thing. Do you understand all of this, Kerry? And I want to talk about September with you as well. September, births, deaths, marriages, anniversaries, relevant dates for you, September, which is important as well. Was this lady cremated, by the way? If you could tell me all of this in your answers, please. Was she cremated? Because I tell you what, it could be something wildly different. But she's holding a box and she's rattling a box. And I'm listening. It sounds like grit and ashes in there. I mean, it could be something else. She could be bloody collecting money or something. But she's rattling this box at me. Do you understand that? Good. I'm glad you get that. Just before I wind it up for you, I do want to say, I want to reiterate, I think is the word I'm looking for. You need to stay in your single path, which is nothing like the rest. She is picking you out and putting you in a different spot to the rest of your family. This doesn't mean you're up your own or anything like that. It's just she's making me feel you've chosen an entirely different path, direction, whatever you want to call it, to the rest of your siblings and family. And she's very pleased that you're doing that and to stay there. Don't waver. Don't think, no, she's buried, okay. Don't think that you're getting it wrong because you're not. This box then, that sounds like there's either, for me, it sounds like there's grit, but I'm going to say, was it a money box? And if it was it your money box did she give to you, or did she actually collect money on behalf of a charity or something like that? Or have you started to do that she's bringing that box in? If you can tell me on that. Now, whilst I'm waiting for you to answer that, let me just have a quick look here. Is Christine Perry online? Christine Perry, you online, darling? Christine? Have we got a Christine Perry? Or have we got a Daniela Sloan online? Christine Perry or Daniela Sloan? Anybody? Christine Perry, Yahoo. Then I'm going to be with you next. Kerry, I hope that was okay for you. and you understood it all, if you can work out what the box is, whether it's a money box, a collection box, with some kind of box that she's waving at me that should mean something to you. Collecting money in a jar. That will do. That will do. I love that. Money in a jar. We all need a hidden jar, don't we, with a bit of dosh in it. Right, darling, on that happy note then, excuse me, I'm going to leave you, and I hope that was just fine for you. And I'm going to move on to Christine Berry. I love talking like this. I feel like some sort of announcer. Maybe the wrestlers, do you know what I mean? In the red corner. I feel like that. Right, let me find Christine Perry. Now, Christine sent me on Messenger. Just hold on while I try and find Christine. There she goes, Christine Perry. Thank you, Kelly. That's so nice. And thank you, Kerry. And if you didn't sort of grasp it all now, turn it over a wee bit, you know, because you'll be surprised what comes to you at 10 o'clock when you're like, oh, God, I know what that meant. And plus, of course, if you just check the time, 14:35 it is. If you need to go back, you can just whiz to your section on the feed and go back over it. Now, Christine Perry, my darling, is this, I think it is, your papa. Because you've just, I think that's all you've sent me. It's just a photo of this guy. I'm just going to make it big. There we go. Now, do you know what, Christine? I feel like I've got some connection with racing, and I think it's horse racing is what I want to say. Now, if you've got no connection with racing, just expand for a second. Did he just go to one particular race, like the Cheltenham or something? Or did he know a lot about horse racing? Because I definitely feel I'm with horse racing here. Yes. I hope this is that Christine Perry. Are you here? Or Christine Perry? Yes, for horses. I do feel like I know quite a lot about horse racing. Now, it might not be that he gambled or something. He might be that he liked to look at them. He might have liked to watch it. But lives by the "a fool and his money are soon parted" mantra, so didn't bet. But horses, he's bringing me horses. And I'm assuming it's horse racing. It's not you riding, is it? But horses are very important. No to the horses or no to the horse racing. So this is where the time delay gets on my doo-doo. I hate the time delay. Right, I'm still just going to carry on for a second while he's bringing me these horses. So, as I said, I don't know whether you're saying no, whether he just went to one race as a group of friends or something, but he's bringing it me, and I can see them and I can feel them, and I can smell them. Racehorses have a different kind of smell. To be fair, but he's bringing that in, unless of course it's you. Either is it you that goes to a particular race once a year or something? If you can't take that, you're just going to have to leave that in the air, because I've said it, and usually when I say it, it'll come back to you. Hi, Jackie Taylor. It'll come to you later on, or maybe somebody can confirm that to you. It could be, you know, that he had a bet in his younger days and had a wad of money off it or something, and that's a memorable thing that he's bringing. Now, what I want to say is with this guy, I don't feel right in my stomach region. Now, I don't know if he's got digestive problems or something going on in the centre of his body, that he either had to stop eating something or actually had to stop eating, because he's bringing me this not right in the centre of my stomach. Do you understand that, Christine? See, it's you. It's you that goes to the races on Ladies' Day. Well, he's telling me to tell you about it because he knows, and it's a lovely piece of evidence. Oh, just for 1 minute there, I thought, that's odd that he's bringing those horses in so strong and I can't blooming get you to pick it up. So listen, I'm in the digestive region now. If you can tell me about that with your dad. And I also want to say, he's making me feel, now this is it's all relative about what I'm about to say, but he's making me feel like he lost a considerable amount of weight before he passed. Do you understand that? Because that seems quite relevant. Hi, Jenny, darling. Yes. And Tracy, hi. That seems quite relevant. Can I just say as well, this gentleman brings a quietness with him, almost a thoughtfulness, and it's almost a little bit on the shy side. He might have been a very gregarious person to people that he knew, but he's bringing me this very quiet and deep and shy side. And as you can see, I'm turning my face away because I don't really want to look at the people that are watching me. He had liver cancer. I'm putting my thumb up, but I'm in the right... I nearly said the F word, ladies and gentlemen. You know I say it because I'm in the bang right area. Okay. So he's giving me this kind of making me look away because I don't want to look at all the people looking at me. And he did lose weight. Can I just tell you, Christine, and this is quite emotional at the minute. For a start off, I've got a tissue under my right hand that I'm pushing forwards and backwards in a kind of way of distracting me, from everything that's going on around me. And I just need to say to you, this gentleman is sending so much love to you. It's actually making me feel incredibly emotional. Now, I don't know whether this man would have openly told you that he loved you, because, as I say, he's bringing me that quietness. But this overwhelming rush that he is sending me is only for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I don't know if you were like Daddy's little girl or something, whether it's that, whether you're the last born, the firstborn. I'm not even pinning the tail on the donkey here. I'm just saying what's coming out my mouth. But I've got to get this over to you, that the amount of love that he is sending you. Now, this could be for a million reasons. I mean, God, you might not have seen him for I don't know how long, and that's why he's sending it. But, you know, I'm just guessing at that. What I'm saying is do you understand why he is sending this to you? Massive, massive amount of love. And I'm dying for you to totally understand. Then, do you know what? I almost feel like saying, that's all I need to say to you, because the only thing you need to know is the fact that he loves you unconditionally. For whatever, he just loves you. And I can't just get that out. I can't get that out enough to say that to you. Okay, did you keep a piece of his clothing? Have you kept a piece of his clothing? Unwashed clothing? Because he's making me feel that you have something of his. Not many people know you've got it, and I feel you've folded it and you've kept it somewhere so safe. Do you understand what I'm saying here? You can never look attractive when you're drinking online, can you? I look like a horse going to a trough. Do you understand what I'm saying there, Christine? Good. I'm good. If you can feel that through this airway, then I am doing my fucking job correctly, is what I'm saying to you. because that's exactly what I need you to feel. It's almost like somewhere along the line, lady, you've cut your emotions off for some reason or another. You've just severed them. And this man wants to relight your fire, relight that emotional part of you, because it feels like you've been really hard to yourself. And he doesn't want you to be that, Chrissy. He wants you to be the soft and lovely, loving, kind Chrissy that he knew. And it's really important. I'm so glad that I've managed to get that over to you. That's my job done. Woo! It's making me goose. That's my job done perfectly, if that's how I've made you feel. Now listen, I need to squeeze one more in. Time's rolling on, children. Christine, I absolutely loved reading that for you. Thank you, Lindsay. I have absolutely loved reading that for you, because sometimes, you know, with these mini readings, I try and capture the essence of what somebody's saying. I try and get them to give me like one little smidgen of information, like Kerry with a granddad and him walking odd because he had his bloody leg cut off. If I can just give you one snippet that lights the fire within inside you, so that you know, yes, there is something else, there is spirit out there, then I'm doing it completely right. Look at my arm. I don't know if you can see, everybody, the hair's just standing up on my arm. Incredible. So brilliant. Thank you, Christine. Thank you so much. Oh, the F word, Lindsay. Thank you so much for entrusting me with your dad, because he is gorgeous. He's gorgeous is what I want to say. Now, Christ, that's mind-blowing, isn't it, when I get information like that. Now then, do we have, where am I? Have we got, did Chloe Ann Ponting come on? Because I don't think she is. And have we got a Mandy Hudson? Mandy Hudson. I need to wipe my nose now. This isn't going to look very good online, is it? Especially with kitchen roll. But one has to do it. Thank you, Kelly. Hi, James, darling. So I don't know if these are on. So I've called that one. I've called that one. Daniela Sloan, I've called. Candice Sherelle Nell. What a name. Fantastic. I don't think they're on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, and I need to go into my Psychic Clairvoyant page. Just hold on, people. There's a queue. There is. You're very welcome, Christine. Darling, like my page. Send it all over the web to your friends. I'll be really happy. That's the only thing I ask for, is if people will advertise me for me. That's all the payment I require doing this. Right, hang on. We're just loading people, because obviously I need to get in. Do you know what? I'm going to say this again. I go on my laptop all the time, and it just ping, ping, ping all over the place. When I'm doing psychic readings and I want to get into my laptop, into my messenger, it drags like a 5-year-old child having a fit, having a paddy when you're waiting to go out. Now, Shane Duffin, hello, darling. It's frozen. Was that frozen? It's just mad, isn't it? Right, just hang on. I'm just accessing my massages, and in we go. It's a good job I've got no volume on this laptop. It would have just gone ping, 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 ping. Now, I'll tell you what. Somebody sent me a photograph while I was reading. Right. Just hold your feet up, people. I'm nearly there. Hello, lovely Shane. Your wah-wah, my wah-wah, our wah-wah. My tiny, miny Moodles under the table. She loves working with me when I'm doing spirit. Now, is David Stedman still online? David Stedman. I could have been an announcer, couldn't I? David Stedman in the house. I'm so hoping he's going to say yes, because he sent me a picture of his dad, and I tell you what, they could be brothers in a lot of respects. The way they look, their attitude and everything. Stedman, are you still here? Yes, he's here. Do you like me calling you Stedman? Stedman, are you still here? Now listen, David. Your dad is hilarious, and there's no other way to put it. He had a sense of humour virtually till his last breath, is the way he's making me feel. Now, obviously, I need you to confirm this as fast as you can. There's a time delay on here. I've said it a dozen times. It does me head in. But if you can be typing yes or no. He's bringing me this sense of humour. And do you know what? You know, the dry sense of humour. He could see humour in almost anything. Now, the one thing, excuse me, burping. I burp so much when I'm doing this. I'm rude, aren't I? The one thing, hi Madney, just hold your foot up there. The one thing I want to say about this gentleman is he's taken me to crosswords or word puzzles. And this is quite important. I don't know whether it's you or whether it's him. But he's showing me what look like word puzzles, either... what's that thing with numbers? That's not even words, is it? That's Sudoku thing, which I've never been able to do. And crosswords. Unless he's trying to tell me that he has a vast vocabulary. Do you understand that? He was laughing after his stroke. I told you. Honestly, this man is a gem. He's literally, if that's going to happen, that's what's going to happen. Stop worrying yourself about it. Go with the flow. I absolutely love him. Has this man got anything to do with militaria? Now, I'm saying militaria. I wonder if that's the right word. The collecting of, the looking of, the interest in, because I'm not quite sure if he was actually in the forces, unless it was actually the military that he's bringing to me. If you can tell me about that. He always did crosswords. I love your dad. I absolutely love him. I tell you what as well, he's saying cups of tea. I love my cup of tea and never get to drink them. They're always cold. I always just leave them there and they always go cold. And he's laughing at that as well. I don't think he particularly likes drinking it cold. But if he needs to, he will. Now, can we go walking, please? Because he's taking me back to your childhood. And for some unaccountable reason, I feel like I'm on a bit of a country lane, or it's a road with trees either side, because I feel the greenery. He did national service. There you go. So he wasn't in it. He was in it. I understand that. He wouldn't have liked it. He wouldn't have liked going into the forces because this guy in a lot of ways is a complete non-conformist, and I mean, don't get me wrong, manners impeccable, but that dry sense of humour coming through could cut you with his words from 40 paces with the wind in the wrong direction. But he wouldn't have liked being in the forces. Golf course, that will do. That feels like the country. He wouldn't have liked being in the forces. So did he take you to teach you, or did you play together? Because he's taken me there with you. And this is a really nice memory that he's bringing. And can I ask about, he's making me feel like I fell out of bed or I fell off the sofa. Fell out of bed or off the sofa. But it's almost like he's giving me a head spin and a bosh onto the floor, and he's telling me you'll know what this means. This could have been his first stroke, actually. And I'll tell you something else. God, he's making me talk, isn't he? Did he talk a lot? Because I'm going at it. I feel like if I could tell you a yarn, I'd love to tell you all a yarn and a story from this gentleman, because dry sense of humour. He can tell a fantastic story, all the knobs and whistles on it. He will have you enthralled. He says, David gets really pissed with me, keep going on about these stories. But of course you always do when you're in the family. But the outsiders absolutely love them. Fell out the hospital bed. Well, and you know what? He's such a nice guy. he would have probably said, sorry, that was my fault. Because he doesn't really want to create any trouble. Hi, Dan. He doesn't really want to create anything. Can I ask, darling, he's making me feel that you struggled really hard with your dad's illnesses and also with the loss of your father. And this is also one of those beautiful things, because I almost want to call you my boy. You know, if he was going to tell anybody about you, David, it almost feels like he would say, that's my boy, because of the pride that he brings for you. I don't know whether he's referring to your emotional state at his passing. I almost feel actually it's your emotional state while he was ill that he was most concerned about. Could be annoying with this talk. It's your emotional state when he was ill, I think, because like your father, you like to have an answer for problems, and you know, you like to have an answer for what needs doing, but this was completely out of your control, and it was completely out of his control. He's bringing me that real upset that you wore. And can I say, I don't think people were aware, because you're terribly good at the stiff upper lip. Just like your dad. I mean, you're just like your dad. Seriously, if I stuck that hat on you, that glitter topper, you'd be just like him. Can I just take you to Christmas quickly, by the way? He loves Christmas. Now, when he's saying he loves Christmas, I think he loves Christmas when he was well and he was younger. He had quite a few problems towards the end. And it's too much for you to bear, isn't it, when your parent has that problem? And he's bringing in it's too much for you to bear. I've got to tell you, this your dad, you know, about going to meet his maker. He's going, I don't mind, because I ain't done nothing wrong in my life. I'm sorted. I can do that. No problem. Especially as he would have wanted to, do you know, he's shown me pottering round, holding onto the back of furniture, pottering round his house, happy as a Larry. But I think what he's saying is, you need to, he's bringing me your broken heart, David. And he wants you to try and put that back together now, so that you can move on now and start having the rest of your life. Did he travel or did you travel? He's bringing me travel. I feel like he's a home bird, to be fair with you. Is it you that wants to travel or have travelled? Because he's going on about this travelling. And if this is something that you're deciding that you should do it. Do you know what I mean? Don't wait till next year, the year after that. We keep putting things off and we'll never get them done. It's like those shoes, ladies, that we save for best. We never wear them. We just look at them. So get them on your feet. But he's bringing that in. And he's also saying, by the way, he's making me feel that you did a lot of organisation for him while he was here and after he'd gone. Now, I don't know whether this kind of fell on you, you know, whether the rest of your family said, oh, David will sort it, you know, he'll do it. And almost without thought, if you like, always visit each son's family at Christmas. Oh, how lovely is that? I don't know whether it was sort of left to you without thought of your emotional state, but left with you because they knew you'd do it the best, if you like. But what he's saying is, you've done so well, and he wants you to know that you've done so well, and the way you dealt with things, you handled it so well. I need to bring in, enjoy travel, good. I need to bring in this gentleman's dignity. Do you know, he's making me laugh. He's so naughty because I've just had a flash of him. God forbid. I've just had a flash of him standing there almost naked going, well, it doesn't matter, does it? and by the same token, he would have been, his dignity, his manners, the whole 9 yards of that would have been, I'm almost on the impeccable. There you go, you manage the estate, and that's what he's bringing. Again, you know, because I'm wrapping this up now, so I just want to say this gentleman brings such a huge amount of love for you. And again, I'm not sure whether he was the kind of guy that he would just say it. It's almost like an unwritten thing in the family that you all know. But I just want to go to his funeral for a moment, because he's saying it was everything that I wanted. Now, did he leave instructions for what he wanted? Because he's bringing me I'm standing up, Christ, I'm ramrod straight, my back is, for the dignity that, seriously, your dad's language, the dignity with which I was dispatched is almost what I wanted to say, because I think this guy, no inhibitions, I think this guy loved words, and he's loving what you did at his funeral. It was everything that he wanted. And I also, here's another beautiful crystal cut glass with a small shot in the bottom for you and yours, and that is, you know, well done for doing everything that you do, well done for everything you've done in your life and the way you want to move it forward. And I want to say, and get on with it, boy. Go and do what you want to do, because that's just how I feel. He country western theme at the funeral, yay, that's amazing, amazing. When he said he got everything he wanted, that's fantastic. God, I love this man. I've almost lost the fucking plot here, David. So he got everything that he wanted, and he's very much go and live your life, do what you want to do, because I do feel I do feel that this guy had to hold back on some of the stuff that he wanted to do. I'm not saying he held regret, because he's not a guy to regret anything. So I'm going to cheers you that big bloody glass of rum, and have a swig of it and enjoy it, and just move forward with whatever you want to do, David. Have you got a photograph of your dad on a shelf somewhere? And is it that one? Because he's saying, I can still see from where I am. And that's quite important, because he used to like to see everything going on from wherever he was positioned. So he's sending just bucket loads of love to you, your family, his children. That's really important. Is it actually somebody's birthday in December? Births, deaths, marriages, anniversaries, memorable dates. I'm glad he'd love me. I love him. I love him already. He's cracking me up, honestly. He would have been a guy I'd have gone and had tea and cakes with, and then a bit of a bevy before I left, because this man's a mine of information. That's the other thing. His intelligence level, for all the laughing and joking, his intelligence level is amazing. Self-taught, all self-taught, and I always love that. Intelligence is well sexy. Anyway, now listen. What a high note to end on. It's been an absolute joy today. The sun's out as well, giving me a lovely complexion through the window. So this is what I'm going to say. Thank you, David, for letting me read your father. I love gentlemen stepping forward. Not many do, and it is wonderful when they do. So to everybody left online, I'm going to say, please like my page, share my page, so that you can get me out there. I do these readings for free. I will be back online next Saturday, the 13th at 1:30. I know some people have already sent me photographs, and I will be reading you next week. If anybody else wants to send me photographs, please do. I've had the best time today. So thanks everybody that's joined in. And as I always say before I go, be nice. It costs nothing to be nice. Love and light to you all. I've loved it. Mwah. Have a great weekend. Bye now.